Terry, another great start from Harvey. What has impressed you the most about this recent stretch here, especially these last three?
Well, he's starting to get all the things we know he has, all the weapons, all the things that made him special. You know, his command starting to, with all his pitches, is coming back. You know, you're seeing life on his fastball. It's not just straight. It's got some great movement. That's why he's getting the ground balls he's getting. So, you know, again, it's a process that everybody has to go through when you're coming off that surgery. It just takes a little bit to get it going, but Matt's got it going right now.
You said before the game today you expected a big night out of Juan. What gave you that feeling that it was coming, and how big potentially could this be for him moving forward?
Well, it's huge for Juan, I think, moving forward. But, Steve, I'm telling you something about big league players. They're proud guys. They're very proud. That, you know, every guy in that room is an ego. That's what makes them great. They believe they're really good, and they are good. And you know what? And when you're relegated to, you know, he's used to playing every day, and now he hasn't because it doesn't set very good. And sometimes you got to go out and prove, hey, look, I'm the guy who belongs out there. And I just thought tonight was, you know what? He's been itching, and I thought he might have a big night.
Very obviously worked out, but was it a tough decision to pinch hit for Harvey there?
No, he was out. He was done. You know, guys, we have addressed this 2 months ago when we started talking about innings limits, and we said there's going to be nights you're going to say, why are you taking him out? When we're in a situation now as we're facing September. You know, we put these numbers down based on a lot of them on each and every start based on 7 innings. And, you know, you're going out there 8, 9 innings. Guess what? They're going to get up there fast. So it was not a hard decision tonight to take him out. He was coming out.
When you look at a night, guys get big hits tonight like Lagares and Tejada. You alluded to it, Terry, earlier. A guy like Tejada, really, his career was kind of on the line, you know, and you appealed to him. Can you talk about him having another big game?
Well, again, nobody, you know, he's been one of the guys that, you know, I've stuck up for him because I think he's a real good player. And, you know, it was sometimes it's, I don't know, a game's easy for some people at times. And, you know, Ruben had to, all of a sudden, a similar situation to Juan tonight. All of a sudden, Ruben's sitting over there saying, you know, I should be out there. And he knows what kind of a player is, and when he finally got the opportunity to go out there, he made the most of it. And, you know, and then I wore him down by playing him for 3 straight weeks. But, and that's why what we're doing now is trying to keep these guys fresh, and that's why I think you're seeing some, you know, some better offensive outings by some of those guys.
Terry, the way Juan is hitting lefties this year, is he a must-start for you every time you face a left-handed pitcher? And then
you got to remember now, he's got a gold glove to his name. So this guy hits lefties, and you got gold in the outfield. That's pretty cool.
And, I mean, can any of that help translate, make him more than just a platoon guy for you this year?
Well, you know, he'll decide that. You know, when he gets his opportunities, because in games where if we can get the lefty out, he's going to stay in. If he hits righties, you know, he'll play more. And it's just, you know, and that's why we have Conforto here. You know, so that we think our offense is better with some left-handed hitters, and you know, we're not gonna do a lot of changing right now. We got things going, and we're gonna try to stick with the game plan.
Terry, back to Matt for a second. At the beginning of the season, and especially in spring training, there was a lot of questions, a lot of talk about how much he would push you and battle you if you took him out of a game like tonight. What we saw, it seemed like he totally got it again. Have you been surprised, pleasantly surprised by just how much he seemingly has understood and not given you a hard time in those situations?
Well, before the double, before Paulson hit the double, you know, we make 3 ground balls. We make plays on 3 ground balls. This guy's got a perfect game going. He's not coming out. And there's going to be nights that we're going to have that. Tonight, he said, look, you know, I got one more in me. And I said, I know you do. But you know what? That's one less inning we're going to have in September. And he said, okay, I got it. And so it was easy.
And that's been what it's been like all year, correct?
Yeah.
And has that been surprising, though, to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Terry, you keep referring to the innings limit, and it's kind of a tease for us because we don't know what that limit is. And I just wondered if you could give us a little bit more details on how he's progressing, and whether you think there will be a shutdown in September if he continues at this rate.
No, I will tell you this: we are going to do everything in our power to keep from shutting this guy down, any of those guys down. Therefore, as he moves on, and by the way, he's on pace to get to his fast. So, you know, it's one of those things tonight. Look, he deserved to go out there in the 8th inning, in my opinion. And when he came off, he was at 95 pitches. You know what? He's only got another 10, 12 pitches in him anyway. Somebody gets on, you know what? Look, enough's enough. We're just saving him, and it's, you know, it doesn't sound, but the one thing we're going to try to do is when we stick a guy in there here pretty soon to give these guys an extra day's rest, is that if we do it enough times, they're going to not have one start, and I think they'll be fine. But if we get into September to where we've got to have the game, Matt Harvey pitches, he's going to pitch it. But that's why we got to make sure he's okay to do that. So, and we fortunately we came up with some extra runs that made it look a little easier. But yeah, it was a hard decision to take him out. I mean, this is the horse, but you know, we've as an organization we've come up with a policy. We're going to try to stick to it, and so that in the big picture of things down the road, these kids stay healthy.
Terry, what was the plan with Harvey in the 6th inning when before Tejada came up with the single? Was the plan if they walked him to pinch hit for Harvey, or was Harvey batting in the 6th?
Harvey was batting. It was either Harvey or me, so I thought he had a better shot.
Thank you.
Terry, I just wondering what that period with Harvey in the middle of the season when he was getting the extra days and he seemed kind of shaky. He went through a bumpy period for him. I mean, he's emerged from that so strong and pitching so well. Is there any part of you guys that think he has the energy and the strength to just power through like that?
Well, we'll see, Dave. Again, you know, I don't have an answer for you. Do I think it is? Yeah, I think they all can. But, you know, we've got to be careful with it. That's all I'm saying. And, you know, and again, there's nights where, you know, tonight he cruised pretty good. But there's also nights where, you know, you got to work your butt off to get through 5. And you look up and you got 106 pitches. You know, it's only 106, but it's in 5 innings. That's a lot of work. And so tonight it was easy for him. And that's why I said, you know what, in a perfect world, yeah, run him back out there. Let him go finish tonight.
I was just wondering when you guys go in, Terry, you guys are thinking maybe 190, 195 inning-wise. As you get closer and see how he's feeling, I wonder if, like, hey, you know what?
We don't know yet. We don't know it. We don't know that. I can't answer that.
Okay, one last one.
Terry, just it may get overlooked with the 8th inning, but the first run, Kadaya scoring from second on a bum knee, he just, you know, that kind of says something about him, doesn't it?
It does. You know, again, I said before the game, there are pros, and there are guys who appreciate the game and do the things you're supposed to do, that I think you're supposed to do, that people who've been in the game for years believe the game has to be played a certain way. You have to act a certain way in the clubhouse, on the field. Michael Kadire fits in that category. When he gets on base, his knee doesn't hurt. It might hurt him, but when he's in action, it doesn't hurt him. And I knew when Ruben got the hit, he was going to score. Okay? Yep.